Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
Have you ever fallen asleep in church? I've heard people snoring, so I know it happens. When I was in first or second grade, our pastor was celebrating an anniversary of some kind, so we were all supposed to make him a card in Sunday school. I drew my pictures on the card, all the while wondering what to write. All the other kids wrote things like, "I love you" on there, but that just seemed too impersonal. So I wrote something unique. At the fellowship we had for him that night, he told everyone how much he appreciated all the cards and letters. He said one particular one stood out, and that was Linda Hawkins's daughter. At that point, my mom, who likes to give everyone a hard time, was probably beaming with pride, until he read the card. It said, "I like your sermons. I sleep through them." Boy, did that deflate her bubble. And she's never let me live that one down. In Acts 20, we have a story about a young man who would always remember the time he fell asleep during the preaching. Paul had left Ephesus after the riot, traveled around Macedonia and Greece encouraging the churches, and was about to sail to Syria when he heard about a plot against him by the Jews. To foil their plans, he decided to return through Macedonia, revisiting the churches in Berea, Thessalonica, and Philippi. His mission team sailed without him to Troas, but Luke, the writer of Acts, went with him through Macedonia. They all met up in Troas later and prepared to sail farther down the coast. The entourage had a 7-day layover. The night before they were to set sail, they had a fellowship dinner for Paul, a goodbye party. When Paul was called to give some remarks, he started preaching. And boy, could that fella preach. He preached until midnight, when a young man named Eutychus, who'd been sitting in the window, fell asleep and tumbled 3 stories to the ground. Everyone rushed down, and as they'd feared, he was dead. And when it says dead, this is Luke, the physician, talking, and he knew what he was talking about. Paul went down and embraced the young man, and suddenly he was alive again. Imagine how that changed their send-off party. Everyone went back up and ate dinner. Then Paul preached until daybreak. And you thought your preacher was long-winded. But these were his final words to the Christians of Troas, and Paul wanted to pour into them all he could. He didn't want a little thing like a kid falling out of a window and breaking his neck to distract everyone from God's word. And that can happen. The enemy likes to try to distract us using other urgent things, big things and little things, to keep us from our purpose, to distract us from our mission that God has given us. What's distracting you? An annoying coworker, a financial problem, a health problem, a troublesome neighbor or a family member? Let's not forget our purpose, to glorify God and advance His kingdom.
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.